What's up, investors? It's the Russian dude. Let's get straight to the point. Russian propaganda. So yeah, in today's episode, we're gonna talk about the inauguration of Vladimir Putin to become the past, present and future president of Russia. Pretty much nothing changed. So long story short, he did arrive to Kremlin, there was a lot of people waiting for him, a lot of propagandists, military-related people, veterans, all this kind of stuff. Nothing new basically, like you would even assume that, well, same day. Nothing new happened today basically, right? Then he was giving an oath and he placed his hand on the book, which to be honest, I see for the very first time. It says something like a Constitution of Russian Federation. Something worthless. So long story short, he was giving an oath and then he gave a speech. Basically, he was saying, again, the very same stuff. Russia is the greatest, people are united around the strongest leader possible, all the enemies will be defeated, the integrity of Russia will not be compromised, and I will lead all of you guys in the brighter future. Thank you so much for making the best possible decision of electing me once again. The short summary of this inauguration summarized in minute or so. And one of the probably most important events that Putin will participate as newly elected president of Russia, however ridiculous it sounds, is that he will be present during victory parade in Moscow, which will literally happen today. So guys, you're watching this video right now on Wednesday, and so from Wednesday to Thursday at 3 AM Eastern Standard Time, May 9th, there will be a victory parade in Moscow. So I will be doing a traditional live stream, so if you want to see it with my live commentary, I'll be translating for you everything, the speech of Putin, to see what changed from the previous year. So if you don't want to miss this extraordinary event, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you are just like me, confused with these time zones, you can follow me on Instagram, because I will do a live countdown in my Instagram page. The link to my Instagram is down below, and obviously do not forget about my second channel, The Russian Dude Investing, where I talk about the stock market news. So if you're interested in these topics as well, the link to my second channel is also down below. Thank you so much. And so yes, now it is time to get serious, and first of all let me give you an extremely quick update from the east of Ukraine, and Russians literally bringing robots to Bakhmut. And then we're going to talk about the entire conscript base of Russians in Luhansk being non-existent as a result of a Ukrainian ATACMS attack. And so yes, first of all, from the east right here is the video from Belohirivka, where Russians once again started using their so-called turtle tanks with not that much particular success. Well, then is another video from Ivanovsky, which is close to Bakhmut frontline, where the whole 2 turtle tanks of the Z army were employed. And well, in this particular frontline they show their extreme ineffectiveness. Russian drivers, they obviously cannot see much, because it is literally a turtle shell, so you can only pretty much see forward. So they did not notice the upcoming surprise by Ukrainians, which was underground. And well, both of these tanks, they kinda became a memorial on this road. Another thing is that Russians started using more drones and robots. For example, right here is one of the newest so-called developments of the Z army, the so-called rescue drone, which is capable of taking injured soldiers from the front line and bringing them into safety. But then is even more extraordinary video from Bakhmut frontline, and specifically what we can see is that Russians literally using robots. These are the so-called land drones with installed AGS-17 automatic rocket launchers on top of them, so Russians do not even need to fight themselves. They can simply send these drones. Well, they are pretty slow, let's be honest. Which, to be honest, might sound like, okay, it's not that bad, to be honest, of a solution, because you don't need to send actual people. But when you see how slow they are, and they are pretty much very easy targets for Ukrainian FPV drones, the usefulness of these particular robots is also becoming pretty questionable. And then in Luhansk, some local residents reported some very loud noises last night, and apparently what happened, according to some sources, is that Ukrainians did use ATACMS to destroy one of local Russian oil refineries, which is yet another attack against the energy infrastructure of Russia. But wait, there is more. Another usage of ATACMS was also recorded in the very same Luhansk region. And what I'm talking about is that there is a pretty big Z-Conscript training base, which is relatively far from the front lines, approximately 90 kilometers or like 60 miles away from the current front lines, and basically conscripts were sent there, most likely majority of them were promised. Don't even worry, you're never gonna be sent to Ukraine, you're just gonna do some military work, some preparations, maybe gonna do some construction, and then you're gonna return home safe and sound. Well, this did not quite happen, right? Apparently, 3 ATACMS were used in this attack, while pretty much fully destroying this conscript training base. There is this entire video, which is more than 6 minutes long, which is recorded from Ukrainian FPV drone, so you can see pretty much the entire operation from the beginning until the end, exactly how it happened. Very interesting video, guys, to see. So if you want to see a full and uncensored version, as always, it is on my Patreon, the link is down below. And speaking about Patreon, I decided to make today's extra chapter about the army literally doing the 3rd attempt on the life of Zelensky, so let's talk about this right now. But once again, this chapter will be exclusively for my patrons, as of me saying thank you guys for your support, because right now this is pretty much the main source of income for my work for the Russian dude. Guys, if you want to see this chapter as well, the link to my Patreon is down below for this. Thank you so much. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this style of daily updates. Don't forget about my second channel, don't forget about the live stream. All the other useful links can be found down below, merch, phone cases, Instagram, everything is down below. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.